lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Timothy Bradley, Andy Ruiz Jr., and Jarrell Miller. Get this. Timothy Bradley makes emphatic Andy Ruiz, Jarrell Miller prediction. He said it may be the end for him. Andy Ruiz Jr. returns to the ring almost 2 years on from his last fight to face controversial heavyweight Jarrell Miller. Okay, the two are linked in the sport because of Anthony Joshua. Of course, Ruiz replaced Jarrell Miller after failing drug tests or whatever, and of course we know what happened with Andy beating Joshua and then Joshua avenging the loss. Okay. And this is what Timothy Bradley said: it should not be competitive, okay? He said, Miller is fat and lazy, man. Fat and lazy, bruh. Come on. He lost to Dubois, bro. If Ruiz don't slap him around and beat the crap out of him and damn near stop him, it's going to be a problem for Ruiz. And I know he's been inactive or whatever, but he's just the better skilled fighter here. Those quick hands and that power that he possesses, he knows how to get himself into position to be able to land. Miller is what he is. He's just a guy in there. He's going to try to win, but I don't think he's going to beat Andy Ruiz. This might be the end of the road for him. He's just going to be a stepping stone fighter for various heavyweights out there. Ruiz Miller is a part of a fantastic Riyadh season card in Los Angeles, August 3rd, topped by Terrence Crawford's super welterweight debut against the WBA champion Israel Madrimov. Okay, so let me counterpunch. I hate to say what Timothy Bradley is saying. He's true. He's right. I mean, Andy's the better fighter. He has faster hands. He's smaller. He's shorter. But what does that mean to Andy? Andy punches wide. He's quick. He's fast. Jarrell Miller comes right at you. He's not going to give you anything to, miss. You know what I mean? He's not a pure boxer. He's not, it's like if Andy can't handle Jarrell Miller, he may be over. But here's the thing. Here's the sad truth about Andy Ruiz, people. Andy Ruiz may be over anyway. Andy Ruiz he might have ended right after he began. I think 2019 was the best you've seen from Andy Ruiz. I do. Why? Because regardless if he beats Jarrell Miller or not, Jarrell Miller's never been proven, and Jarrell Miller has a lot more to prove than just him winning fights. Yeah, you beat Lucas Brown, you lost to Daniel Dubois, then you're fighting Andy Ruiz. However, before that, he talked himself in position to fight Anthony Joshua in 2019. He failed 3 drug tests with 3 different types of drugs in his system. That's why he was nicknamed Big Pharmacy. Since then, people could assume, that he was taking drugs the whole time. So when he came back to the sport to take on Jerry Forrest, he got tested again and got popped, I think, with EPO, I believe. So it was another drug they caught him with. Another drug. So that means this man may not be even capable of fighting without the drugs, because when he did fight clean against Daniel Dubois and they found nothing in his system, he got his ass whooped. I mean, that is the story of Jarrell Miller thus far. But I am a sucker for shit talkers. I think he's probably the best shit talker. I think he's better than Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a guy that's pretty much redundant. Jarrell Miller is more of a guy that can talk shit on cue. Yeah, he's a big guy. I think he would have been better off if he would have beat Dubois. I think the fights would have been more deserving and entertaining, and we would have got to see Jarrell Miller take on Joshua. Think about it. Would you rather see Jarrell Miller fight AJ if Jarrell Miller would have beat Dubois, or Dubois fighting AJ? I think Jarrell Miller and AJ would have been more fulfilling. I think the Riyadh season should have been in Madison Square Garden where it's supposed to have been if Jarrell Miller would have delivered, and he did not. Daniel Dubois showed up and showed out. Okay? And he did what he's supposed to do based on what he had to do, because I think Frank Warren would have sacked his ass if he would have lost to Jarrell Miller or pulled some of that, oh, I'm triple knee shit. Okay? But nonetheless, I'm a sucker for shit talkers and self-promoting fighters. You know, and I know Jarrell Miller, he's a good bad guy. He's not a good guy. But understand, we need a villain. We need someone to love to hate. Danny Dubois ain't it. Andy Ruiz sure the hell ain't it. He's just another guy that's fat and bad built that can fight. Okay, we've seen what he did when he was champion for that 6 months window of time, and I wasn't impressed. He turned into a little dickhead, you know, saying, I'm champion, I'm not fighting, I'm the champion, I'm the A side. He turned into a little jerk. And he really wasn't even fulfilling, because when he came back, he was no match for anybody. Okay? But he can still fight. And I think he can still do enough to fight Jarrell Miller. Hopefully he won't, because I'm not going for Andy Ruiz. I'm going for Jarrell Miller. I hope Jarrell Miller beats Andy Ruiz, because then Jarrell Miller will be back into the fight, because, again, we need a villain, okay? Especially a villain on this side of the street, on this side of the pond. We need someone like Jarrell Miller. You know what I mean? So I will be impressed to see what he can do with Andy Ruiz, and hopefully Andy Ruiz is more... is rusty enough to get his ass whooped by Jarrell Miller. You know, but I think, and I do agree with Timothy Bradley, unfortunately, that Andy Ruiz is the better fighter, faster, and all those other reasons. But if he does struggle against Jarrell Miller, where would that put him? Well, fighting someone like Jared Anderson, more than likely, would be a problem for Andy, and he wouldn't beat Jared Anderson. That would not happen. Then I think that would probably be the next fight. Andy Ruiz taking on Jared Anderson would probably be the next fight, since Wilder's out of the heavyweight division altogether, and he's probably going to enter the Bridgerweight division. So you guys tell me what you think of Timothy Desert Storm Bradley on his prediction of Andy Ruiz and Jarrell Miller. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!